What's up, guys? I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another YouTube video. This is exercise 18 of our Python exercise tutorial series. Let's get to it. Okay, there we have it. Exercise 18. In this exercise, you are required to develop a Python program that will begin by reading in a number of seconds from the user. Then, your program should display the equivalent amount of time in the form of days, hours, minutes, seconds, respectively. Okay, so guys, looking at this exercise, super interesting one, and we do realize that we are converting seconds into hours, minutes, well, days, hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay, so essentially, the user is going to be providing the number of seconds. Okay, and then it's our duty to do some appropriate maths or division or whatever, and we need to figure out the number of days, hours, minutes, and seconds that the initial input value of seconds translates to. So let's get to it. First, we need to understand that there's going to be a sort of conversion here from seconds to days, hours, minutes, and so on. And the important thing is that we need to understand how many seconds exist in one day, in 1 hour, in 1 minute, and so on. So we need to set up some constants. Let's do that. We'll define three constants as follows: seconds per day, and I've done some googling and I found out that there's 86,400 seconds in one day. And then we'll set up one for hour. Let's do hour is equals to, there's 3,600 seconds in 1 hour, and then we'll do minute. And as you know, there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Okay, next we may actually proceed to read in our input from the user. So we can create a variable, call it seconds, and we'll make that equal to int input. Please enter the number of seconds. That's good. Now it's time to do some division. So for this specific exercise, we need to realize that we need the days, hours, minutes, and seconds all to be in whole numbers. Okay, there can be no decimal points. We cannot have days displaying in decimal points or hours and so on. Right? We need whole numbers. Now, this is where the type of division that you use is very important. So we'll be using an arithmetic operation called floor division, right? I'll create that in a comment for you. Floor division. So first we'll do days is equals to seconds. So this seconds here will actually be the input seconds, right? We take that input seconds and we floor divide by seconds per day. Okay, floor division will always return a whole number. It will round off the value to the basically it rounds down, right, to the nearest lowest whole number. That's what floor division does. So let's do this. Days is equals to seconds, floor divide seconds per day. Then we're going to do seconds is equals to seconds mod seconds per day. Now take a look at this. Days is equals to seconds floor divide seconds per day. So we are going to get a whole number that's rounded off to the nearest lowest number. That's going to represent our days. Now for the remainder seconds, what we're doing is a mod with a seconds per day. So it's going to take seconds divided by seconds per day, and it's going to give us the remainder seconds, right? So now let's proceed to calculate hours is equals to seconds floor divide seconds per hour, and the same process again. Seconds is equals to seconds mod seconds per hour. Take a look at this now. It will make much more sense once we complete the program. You're going to understand the logic. But for now, really all you need to understand is that we are playing with this input here. This specific variable, seconds, this is what we are kind of propagating through the program. It's only the seconds that are kind of getting manipulated internally within our program, right? To calculate days, we took those seconds, we floor divided it by the number of seconds in a day. So that means we're going to get an integer number, the lowest integer number, right? Remember, floor division rounds down towards the nearest whole number, downwards. So even if we get a value such as 2.9, with floor division, the value will remain 2. Okay, so it's calculating the days for us. Next, we are setting that seconds variable to the mod of seconds per day. So that's the remainder seconds that we get when actually dividing seconds by seconds per day. Then we're calculating hours. We're taking seconds, and remember, seconds is now this one here. We're taking it and we are setting it to floor divide seconds per hour, which means we're going to get a whole number that's representing the number of hours. Then we are setting that seconds variable is equals to seconds. This seconds here is coming from this, all right? And we are modding for seconds per hour, which means we're going to get the remainder now. Remainder seconds after dividing by the number of hours. And now, as you may have guessed, we'll do it one last time for the minutes. Seconds, I spelled that right, yes. And we'll do a floor division for seconds per minute. That's good. And again, seconds is equals to seconds modulo or mod, and we'll do a seconds per minute. That's good. And finally, we may proceed to print a message. Let's say this is, or let's say your seconds are equivalent to, and here, yeah, we can provide a nice message to the user. Let's say days. Next comes hours. Days, hours. Next comes minutes. Minutes. And finally, seconds. That this should be good. Take a moment to understand what we've done here, guys. Input is being taken in a variable called seconds. we floor dividing to get a whole number to represent days, right? We're dividing those seconds. Next, we are setting that seconds variable to hold the remainder of seconds when we divided the entire number of seconds by the number of seconds in a day. It's holding the remainder, the balance. Next, we doing hours. We're taking that seconds now, this one here. This seconds is being propagated to calculate the number of hours. We floor dividing the seconds in an hour. We're getting a whole number. And then we are setting seconds to hold the remainder of the division when we calculated the number of hours. We do this using the mod, right? Mod returns the remainder. Finally, the process is being repeated for minutes. We floor dividing, getting a whole number for minutes, and we are setting the seconds to be equal to the remainder of seconds after dividing per minute. And that leaves us, essentially should leave us with a value in seconds which will represent the raw number of seconds, right? Something that cannot exceed 60, because we've defined up here in our constant that there are 60 seconds in a minute. So that's why it's going to divide by 60 in a floor division. Okay, so let's run our and this here, finally, output message. Your seconds are equivalent to days, so the value will come there, and then the word days, the value hours, then the word hours, and so on and so forth. So let's run this program, and then we'll see if we've succeeded or not. Please enter the number of seconds. I'll do a 229840, and it tells me your seconds are equivalent to 2 days, 15 hours, 50 minutes, and 40 seconds. So, like, I'm unsure if this program is correct or not. So let's actually do the math manually, right? Let's proceed to calculate. Let's do an 86,400 multiplied by 2. Then we'll do a addition. 15 hours. Okay, so that's 3,600 multiplied by 15. Let's add 60 multiplied by 50, and finally add 40. Excellent, and we can see it equates to the same thing, 229840. With that, we have successfully and efficiently completed exercise 18 in our Python exercise tutorial series. I do hope that you found this exercise fun. With that, thank you guys, take care, and good luck with your work, and I'll see you in the next YouTube video.